Oh, you're so nice. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. It was fun, wasn't it?
And Disney.
It was fun. Apparently, a lot of the kids liked it, so that's good. Do you need the charger?
Oh, you know if I do.
Okay, let me just get it kind of readily accessible because it's way back here.
Yeah, that's probably good. I'm not going to start with it. But I'll
Well, it's there if you need it.
Shabbat Shalom. How are you?
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you for saying that.
Thank you. Sure, or do you want to teach a song? Okay, let me add that. Which version?
Traditional.
Okay. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב. יללי, יללללללי, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב. יללי, יללללללי, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. יללי, ילללללי, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Let's welcome Shabbat a little bit more on page 11.
דודי לי, ואני לא הרואה בשושנים. דודי לי, ואני לא הרואה בשושנים. מי זאת עולה מן המדבר, מי זאת עולה מכותרת מור לבונה, מור לבונה. דודי לי, ואני לא הרואה בשושנים. דודי לי, ואני לא הרואה בשושנים, דודי לי, ואני לא הרואה בשושנים.
Following our beautiful custom that before we light our Shabbat candles and bring in our Shabbat everything, there's this beautiful custom that the last thing we should do is to fill up the tzedakah box. So a lot of families, they'll go around and collect change out of the couch or the pockets or the purse. So thinking about tzedakah, I'll remind everyone that it's May 1st. So May Day, May Day. It's also Rabbi Benja's birthday.
Yom Ha'Shabbat Sameach.
Yeah, I know. Every year he has another birthday. 29 again. And so he is off celebrating. We wish you a happy birthday, Rabbi Benj. I'm sure you're not watching the service, but just in case you are. And so we have a new mitzvah of the month. This month is our diaper drive for the San Diego Food Bank. I will share rather cheekily that every year when we take our high school seniors for our Shavuot graduation, rather than bringing flowers in, which is a long celebrated tradition for Shavuot, we like to take our seniors instead for their Shavuot offerings for their graduation to Costco, where we go shopping for a pre-summer restock for the food bank, for our hand-up food pantry at JFS. And I always take maybe a few of the kids I'm a little worried about and give them the list of things that we need for our young families, including formula and diapers. And I send them off to go find the formula and diapers, and inevitably, because they have a budget that I give them, each of them, for where I send them off into the store to buy the things, and we go through with the big orange pallets, and those students will come back and they'll say, "Rabbi, do you know how expensive formula and diapers are?" And I answer back to them, "Yes, a lot more expensive than condoms and birth control." And then they look at me and they say, "I see what you did there." And I say, "Good, because I wasn't trying to be subtle." And so for all of our neighbors who are finding themselves struggling in these difficult financial times and with increasing costs, we want to make sure that all of our littlest community net members have good, clean diapers. And so that is what we are collecting this month for our San Diego Food Bank, so that parents are not having to make choices between changing diapers as often as they need to be changed and putting food on the table. So we will take diapers of any and every size, and please bring them to the white social action barrel in the front office of our temple. Or if you'd rather, you can order the diapers online and have them sent directly to the food bank. The address is in the bulletin and on the website, if you're an online shopper, because those boxes are big. But you do go through them at a surprisingly fast rate, as I have learned. And so that is all of our business. The only other business that I will share is our Kabbalat Torah graduation to celebrate our seniors. I hope we will see you all there. Is this year on Friday night, May 20-something.
22nd. Actually, I think it's on Saturday, the 23rd.
I think
I think they changed it to Saturday. I think. I think they changed it to a Saturday because certain staff members have children who are turning 2. Looking at you, Charlie.
It's my fault.
Because we won't be.
Oh, that's right. It's going to be on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Kabbalat Torah graduation luncheon. So come Saturday morning, the 23rd, May 23rd, for a beautiful Kabbalat Torah graduation celebration. It will be a beautiful service where you can join us in celebrating all of our Kabbalat Torah graduates. And just the weekend before, if you're looking to fill up your May calendar, all of this, of course, is in the bulletin online. On May 16th is our annual gala fundraiser. We hope we'll see you all there. I just saw the printout today of the tickets. Thank you everyone who's purchased tickets already, and many people in the room already have, so bring your friends. And we will see you there May 16th, the 23rd. The following Saturday is our graduation. And I think those are all of my major important announcements. Anything else that we can think of? Okay, and who's... Yeah.
Sisterhood is having a yes fun tea.
Sisterhood is having a Yes Fun Tea
Sunday the 17th
Sunday, May 17th
from 11 to 2.
from 11 to 2.
Everyone is invited.
Everyone is invited.
We're learning about WRJ and its international and national projects.
And we're learning about the women of Reformed Judaism and their national and international projects. And Rabbi Lawson.
Question, the Shavuot morning service then will include Yizkor?
Yes, the Shavuot morning service will include Yizkor.
And that's on Friday the 22nd.
Yes.
Pretty sure.
Friday the 22nd will be our Shabbat Festival morning, Shabbat Festival and Yizkor service.
The
22nd is the Shavuot
which
morning.
is Friday.
Graduation is the 23rd. Shavuot is the 22nd. Erev Shavuot is the
21st.
21st. It's all in the bulletin and on the website. Any other important announcements?
If you have a senior, we need your applications for scholarships.
Senior scholarship
Are
applications.
due.
Seniors, if you would like a scholarship, I'm looking at you, Haley. Hand in your scholarship application for the Sisterhood scholarships to support seniors heading off to college. Sophie, I'm looking at you. Yep. Hand in your scholarship application to the Sisterhood.
How did it was?
It was already,
When is it due?
It was.
It was due. The Sisterhood is being gracious and extending the deadline. The seniors who are scattered with many exciting things on their minds, thank you for this generous extension. And we'll just say, as soon as humanly possible, how about we say Tuesday? Get it done by Tuesday, and I'll list you over the weekend. Okay. And I'm cutting off our announcements. The new announcement is it's time for the Holy Shabbos. And so to help us light our Shabbat candles, let's invite up our beautiful people in the back who don't want to come up right now, but you know, look at them all here. Yeah, Annika, you too. Yeah. Come on, everyone in the back. Yeah, there we go. What a nice group. I have dragged them all out tonight. I bribed them with tacos. Okay. Pages 2 and 3. Someone be brave. Yeah. And we're going to bring the light of Shabbat to us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Here's your coffee when you go back to your seats. And on page 12, we're going to choose to move ourselves into a place of joy.
Let us sing out to God, the maker of all song. Let all of creation from mountain to sea hear our song. Lefuneranena, yai lai 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 lai, Adonai, yai lai 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 lai, Naharia, yai lai 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 lai, Letzur Yishenu, yai lai 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 lai. For all of the wonder in all of God's light, we rejoice. So now let us listen with all of our hearts to hear God's voice. Lefuneranena, yai lai 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 lai, Adonai, yai lai 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 lai, Naharia, yai lai 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 lai, Zur Yishenu, yai lai 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 lai.
On page 20, we welcome Shabbat as our Kabbalists did back in Sfat in the 1600s, saying to joy with intentionality and anticipation, I will go out onto the mountainside to greet you. I won't wait passively for you to come. I will make space for you in my life and welcome you in.
And this is the Shir Chadash song of the month, so it's great that here we are on May 1st kicking it off. It's one that we've done before during Ban Shabbat, but this idea of the Shir Chadash series is the way that we make new songs familiar for our congregation. I know the number one piece of feedback that I get is we just want the songs that we know. And this is the way that we add new repertoire and we keep our youth kind of current with other congregations in the country, so when they go off to Hillel, they know all the prayers. But the way that we make them familiar and joyful is when we learn them. So let's do it together. And by the end of the month, we'll know it. Lecha dodi likrat kahala Pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kahala Pnei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Emanu-El ha-meyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad Shemo tiferet v'litila Lecha dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat v'ku b'nelcha ki makor ha'beracha Berosh mikedem l'sucha sof ma'aseh b'machshava tefila Lecha dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובתהילה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה פני שבת נקבלה.
We've welcomed Shabbat. Let's welcome each other. Turn and say hello to your neighbors. Make new friends. Keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
Hello, everyone watching at home. Shabbat Shalom.
I love your yellow. It's beautiful. Mwah, such a good color. Aw.
Oh, my introvert self. He's like, and yet you do it anyway.
I like it.
I like to torture people. You should remind people because you put the music on the website, right?
I don't know if she's done that yet. I'll talk to her.
Next week. So they can listen. Look how cute they are. You know, listen to come out with us if he wants. I don't know if he has a curfew.
No, he's at home now.
So he's on base at Mesa. Let me say at Mesa. I think he's at Mesa. Oh, really? Because he's stationed at Mesa. Oh, so he's living at home. Lucky duck. Yeah, nice. We have to find out what his schedule is. That's pretty sweet. He doesn't have to pay for housing. That's nice. We'll continue on page 28.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai.
Can be seated. Let's read together at the top of page 31 tonight as we contemplate the eternal nature of change and our seasons. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the ways on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Page 32.
Ahavat olam beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Hukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadta. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, u'mishpatim, otanu limadta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shochmeinu uvkumeinu, nasiach b'chukecha, v'nizmach b'divrei Toratecha, Mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Hukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shochmeinu uvkumeinu, nasiach b'chukecha, v'nizmach b'divrei Toratecha, v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu v'oram yaleinu, u'vahem regayomam v'layla, ve'ahavata al nazir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam va'ed.
Page 37. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai your God. On page 39, let's read together. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there, except by joining hands and marching together. Page 40.
Elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot, osei b'ele, nora tehilot, osei b'ele Adonai. Hayam livnei Moshe u'Miriam, le'Elianu ve'amru, le'Elianu ve'amru, Adonai yimlok le'olam va'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh.
That's the best Shabbat gift ever. Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praised are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Page 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom. B'ha'amidenu shomreinu lechayim. Ufros aleinu suchat shlomecha, ufros aleinu suchat shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath your wings, Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
Page 44. השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל, עוד היא לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם, ביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם. Now that everyone is in touch with their inner jazz singer, or your inner chorus girl or nightclub hostess, it's time to truly enter into the most intimate part of prayer as we delve into the intimacies of our theologies and our gratitude for our many blessings and gifts on Shabbat. On page 46, we'll rise, we'll say the opening benediction together, and then we'll use this as a time of meditation and gratitude. Our prayers will lead us through page, you'd think I'd have this memorized by now, 62. You can have a seat when you're finished, and we'll meet back together in a few minutes.
Adonai, sifatai tiftachu fi tehillatcha. Adonai, sift up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Shalom Israel Amcha Tazim Leolam. Shalom Israel Amcha Tazim Leolam. Ki Atahu Melech Adon Lechor HaShalom. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol eit v'chol sha'ah bishlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tazim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tazim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tazim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tazim Leolam.
In a great cinematic classic, which hopefully many people here have seen. I fear the back row may not have seen it yet. There is a brilliant chauffeur driving around an adorable little old Jewish lady. Everyone's smiling now because you know what I'm talking about. And the chauffeur is commenting on the wealth and comfort and the beautiful car of the little old Jewish lady. And she becomes immediately anguished and angry and tells him how vulgar it is that he is commenting on her wealth and her comfort and her beautiful car. And she says to him, "How dare you comment on this? Why, when I was a little girl, we didn't have anything. We were impoverished. We had to work so hard for everything and had nothing, not even 2 pennies to rub together." And the man who himself lives in poverty and works as her driver says, as they drive in her exquisite old Hudson, "You're doing all right now, though." And she's so offended and embarrassed by his comment, and he cannot contemplate why she cannot take enjoyment at her wealth and her success. The movie, Driving Miss Daisy, witnesses the friendship, the learning, and the growth of 2 people whose lives are flung together and whose friendship grows and struggles over many hours in the car together. But it is a perfect setting for a conversation that I have been brought to tonight, because it asks us to think about, first of all, do we look at our world and our cup, our car, as half full or half empty? And through what lens do we look at our lives? As ones of difficulty and struggle, ones for which we constantly need to apologize, or ones that are filled with immeasurable blessings in which we should take pride and take joy and feel pleasure? As Jews, our story is reflected in the life of Miss Daisy. As a young person, when I first encountered this story and this movie, I couldn't understand why she had the reaction to her driver that she did. But today, as an adult who has lived many years between then and now, I understand that her reaction was born of a lifetime of Jewish hatred. It was born after a lifetime of people flinging insults and arrows at her and her people, at us and our people for the great sin of success and community and familyhood. There are aspects of our people that set us apart and make us different. And it's not to say that other cultures don't enjoy these same cultural touchstones. But for some reason, when viewed through the lens of Jewish hatred, these beautiful gifts and treasures of our Jewish world, they are seen as sinful. The way that we as Jews put family at the center of our lives, the way that we as Jews build communities that support and sustain each other through times of extreme difficulty and poverty, the way that we as Jews rally and support each other, that we sustain and uplift and hold each other, and that without even having to know each other, as soon as we find out we're extended mishpacha, just by both being Jews, we are likely to help each other. Even across the country, across the ocean, across divides of never having met and likely never to meet. This is in fact at the heart of the reason why so many of us support our Jewish Federation. It's because we know that somewhere in the world there may be Jews facing persecution and poverty, and they need our help and support, and so we give. And right here at home, there are Jews facing the same thing, and it's why we give to our local Jewish family service and to our synagogue. It's why when people's children graduate from our Jewish education, we continue to stay involved as members, because we know these walls were built by other people whose children had graduated so that our children would have a place to come and to learn and to be. And so we ensure that these walls still stand for the next generation. It is the very essence of Lador Vador and what we do for each other, with each other, and by each other. And then we are accused of only taking care of ourselves. We are accused of selfishness. We are accused of being inward-looking instead of outward-looking. But then if we go and we try and extend tzedakah out to the world, we're accused of flaunting our wealth, of showing off and embarrassing others. We cannot lose for trying, and we cannot win for losing. And so at the end of the day, what is the answer? At the end of the day, the only answer is to make the choices that we ourselves can feel good about. This past week, our world lost two incredible, remarkable women who I want to comment on tonight, as we are in Shiva for both of them. And oddly enough, they both share the same name. One of them is more famous than the other, but they share the same name and they live their lives by the same principle. They're both named Edith, and they both went by Edie. I don't know why Edith feels too hard to pronounce. One of them is famous and one of them is not. Here in San Diego, we lost our amazing Shoah survivor, Edie Eger. Raise your hand if you were blessed to hear her speak or get to take a lesson with her or read her books. Okay, we'll rectify that and make sure we have a book club on her books this year. Rabbi Lawson, I'm putting you in charge. Now we have one of your adult eds for the year solved. I love when I can turn a moment at services into an adult ed curriculum. Edie Eger is a Holocaust survivor who is famous for so many things, including being one of Mengele's subjects and a beautiful dancer. And the other Edie who we lost, selfishly I will share, was my cousin, who was like an auntie but was a cousin. And they both died in their 90s, just a few years apart from each other in age. And although these women, their early years were separated by oceans and continents, they shared a few important things in common that I want us to think about and reflect on this Shabbat of Parshat Emor. These were women who experienced lives that were filled with beauty and difficulty. Their early lives as young girls were filled with love with incredible enrichment. Edie was trained as a dancer in Europe. Her life was filled with art and artistry, music, dance, and beauty. And then it all crumbled around her as Europe fell into war and her family into camps. My own cousin Edie was the beloved first daughter born into the next generation, with one mother and 5 aunties and uncles who cherished her as the first of the next generation, and so a beloved, prized, cherished gift that was to be celebrated and protected at all cost from all forces seen and unseen. She was always the favorite, and she lived a life that reflected that outlook as only someone who has been cherished can have. It was a life of always somehow knowing what she was worth, even when the forces of the world would come and tell her otherwise. When she experienced the loss of a first husband, when she was living through great economic difficulty after that loss, when she was struggling to assert her independence as a single mom of 2 young children, and the family rallied around her to financially support her, even when she refused to move back home to the family farm in Petaluma. And here Edie Eger was, having survived the Holocaust, having survived Mengele, and being forced to dance for a living, waking monster, and having to rebuild her life from scratch. And the one remarkable thing that these women shared in common, beyond all of these aspects, was that when you met them, there was never one drop, not 1 ounce of self-pity. When they shared their stories with you, they shared their stories from a place of inspiration, love, and being concerned about what was happening in your life. Not the traumas and the tragedies of their past. And they only used the traumas and the tragedies of their past to be focused on being people who provided love, unconditional love, unrelenting support, and genuine warmth and kindness to every single person who they encountered. Now, that didn't mean that they didn't speak truth. Believe me, both of them spoke truth, and it didn't mean they weren't sassy. Both of them had sass. Both of them had sharp humor and great wit, because that's how you survive. But both of them approached the world from a place of love and a place where they made no excuses for themselves or for others. We are living in a time in this world where we are witnessing people compete in the oppression Olympics, where people will tell you all of the reasons why they can't, why they don't, and why they won't, all of the causes of their woes and their suffering. People meet you and they share with you a list of all of the oppressions that they have, all the ways they have been wronged and suffered greatly because of the universe and its cruelties and unfairness. That is not how these Edies started their stories. And even as their lives were coming towards their last years and they were both in great pain and suffering, they didn't complain. They only wanted to keep working at their tasks of taking care of the things that were important to them, attending to life, and being present. We have a choice that we get to make every single day about who we want to be when we get up and face the world. Do we want to be people who make excuses, or do we want to be people who make a difference? Do we want to be people who make alibis for what we have done, or do we want to be people who make things happen? I was present when Edie was giving a talk, and she shared that when she was contemplating going back to school to get her PhD in psychology to be a therapist. She was thinking about, would she look foolish as a student who would be 50 when she would earn her PhD? And her mentor said, Edie, you're going to turn 50 anyway. It's happening regardless. So do you want to turn 50 with your PhD or without it? So do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. And she thought, you're right. And so she did. As I look around this room, I know that there are souls in here who have suffered unspeakable, indescribable loss, and who've experienced the worst of life's cruelty and unfairness. And yet the people who I am looking at, they did not choose to roll over and use their loss as an excuse to be cruel to others, to fold their lives in on itself, or to say, my suffering gives me license to be mean to others and to now not care. Instead, they have turned their loss into a deep well of empathy and kindness, a devotion to making this world a better place, to being the kind of people who show up for others when they are facing challenges and difficulties, to holding their hand and walking them through it. It is a choice that we make every day. Do we make excuses or do we make things happen? How does this connect to Parshat Emor? Parshat Emor comes and tells the priests, this is how you be a priest. And then right after that says, and don't forget Shabbat. Why do the priests get told, don't forget Shabbat, right after being told, this is how you be a priest? Because being a priest is lofty and important. It might separate us from others. It might give you a sense of an aggrandized self. But Shabbat comes to tell us we are all important. We all deserve to live a life of beauty. We all deserve to live a life where we are celebrated. We all deserve to live a life where we have things like a family that loves us, a community that cares about us and that shows up for us, a life of beauty and purpose and meaning and rest and nourishment for our soul. That is what life is supposed to look like. And anything less than that is unacceptable. And so how do we live our lives as Jews? I'm actually going to give us some pretty good credit here. We've done a pretty good job. We always could do a better job with doing Shabbat, myself included. But we do a really good job of showing up for each other. We do a really good job of loving each other and supporting each other, of holding each other's hands in the worst moments and knowing, I don't know how I'm going to get through this awful thing that just happened, but oh, look, there's someone extending their hand to me. We're going to get through it together with knishes and matzo ball soup and Friday night services and good music and love. And if the world wants to resent us for it, that's a them problem. It is not an us problem. I understand why Daisy felt embarrassed to have the beauty and the wealth that her family worked so hard for commented on, because she was afraid to be seen, because it had no doubt been a source of negativity and cruelty in her life. But I want to say to us tonight, let our beauty, let our success, let the things that we have built together never be a source of our embarrassment. We have worked hard for every brick that we have laid. We have worked hard for every house that we have erected. We have worked hard for every friendship that we have forged and every community we have created. It is who we are, and it is how we live, and it is how we have survived for 5,000 years. It is the source of our strength. Shabbat is the fire at its core. It teaches us our worth and our value every week. And if others rage against us for it, it is just because I think they're sad that they don't have it in their lives. So we can welcome them to come sit next to us and enjoy it with us. And if they're too angry to pull up at the table, then they can go somewhere else. There's always a seat open for anyone who wants to join. But I say to all of our students here, let's not diminish our light or our joy or our living our lives out loud because others are sad about it. Instead, let us live as Edie and Edie did, never complaining about the difficulties of life and instead turning them into sources of blessing for others, and living our Jewish lives out loud with pride, with determination, with strength, and with a willful commitment to joy in spite of all the hardships that we have experienced, because they do not define us. Instead, it is what we build afterwards that defines us. And let us build houses of song and dance and joy. Let that always be our legacy. And may we always get together and celebrate Shabbat, especially with tacos and ice cream afterwards. May this be God's will as it is ours. Our Aleinu is at the bottom of page 282. We rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
You can be seated. This week we mark that we are in Shiva, the first week of mourning for Edith Friedman, beloved cousin of myself and Nancy Marcus, and for Edith Eager, mother of Marion Engel, Audrey Thompson, John Eager, and cousin of Dick Eager. If anyone else is in Shiva the first week of mourning, we invite you to rise and share your loved one's name. We mark that we are in Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning for Bernie Starkman, godfather of Claire Fritz. And if anyone else is in Shloshim, we invite you to rise and share your loved one's name.
Sharon Wayne.
And if you're in Shana Rishonah, we invite you to rise and share your loved ones' names.
Judy Becker.
Helene Barlis. And on this Shabbat, we mark the yard sites for Zahava Ben Yehuda, Dwayne Brosh, Dr. Ira Fritz, Gloria Burney, Fanny Gruber, Sam Gwazdoff, Joseph Craig Cosson, Albert Palasnik, Irving Weisberg, Max Altman, Gerald Sachs, Jacob Weiss, Sylvia Gable, Lisa Geist-Wheeler, Renee Landau, Albert Minsky, Frank Siegel, Jill Steiner, Bob Tauber, Anna Zubkoff, Abraham Golkow, Anthea Rosenberg, Jacob Feuerstein, Hannah Stern, Alice Yawitz, Robert Goldfarb, James Schwartz, Leonard Burney, Sam Chalkin, Lillian Green, Diane McAuliffe, Ira Obendorfer, Hannah Weitzman, Elaine Weiland, Sidney Williams, Edward Baranoff, Lee A. Cook, Fred Horowitz, George Kugler, Rabbi Jonathan Omerman, Mike Schwartz, Gertrude Uli, Rabbi David Abrams. If there are any names to be added or to be corrected, please share them with us. If it's your custom to rise with the mourners, please do so. Our Kadisha tome is on page 294. We join together as we recite this beautiful poem in the name of those who we have loved and lost, echoing their goodness into eternity through us and our words and deeds and actions. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divarach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei dekudesha brechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shamaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Hamakom yinachem etchem b'toch sha'ar of Leit Zion v'Yerushalayim. May God comfort all of us who are bereaved amongst our people and Zion and our world, and together we say,
Amen.
Zichronam livracha, may the memories of the ones that we have loved and lost continue to be a source of blessing and inspiration for us. And as we conclude our service tonight, before we head into our lobby for our Kiddush and Oneg, what are we going to sing, Michelle?
We are singing Nava Tehila's version of Oseh Shalom. You're already on the correct page, 294. Do you want? Okay. Oseh Shalom B'Rama, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Terel V'Imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Rama,
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.